Alright, so I'm starting a new project here. Got the base materials all laid out. See if you guys can guess what I'm thinking with this. But I will show you the progression as we go along. Alright, so I got it all marked off where I'm going to put the drill press to it. Hopefully that pattern will look good. Alright, so we got on the drill press and we got the holes drilled. Now I need to sand it, and I think I'm going to stain it with some old motor oil. Alright, so I've got it hanging and dripping so it can dry after staining it with the motor oil. Kind of looks creepy hanging up in the shop like that. Alright, I've got the round bar in the vise ready to start cutting that up into pieces. I'm going to get 12 5-inch pieces all together. Try to ignore the mess. I'm really ashamed of how messy my workshop is right now. Yeah, anyway, we'll show you what that all looks like when it's done. So I'm really happy with how the stain came out. I don't think the video is really going to do it justice, but it does look really good considering it's just old motor oil. So I may actually stain my deck with this. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is screwing in the pieces of all thread that I cut up. Got a couple nuts with a lock washer there, and just taking the drill and drilling the screws into the holes. It's a really tight fit, which is by design, so that they'll be nice and snug in there. And yeah, I'll show you what it looks like when I get farther along. Alright, so that right there looks pretty gnarly. Pretty happy with the way that looks. Not quite done yet though. I'm gonna put some nuts and some lock washers on there to make sure they stay in. I mean, they're in there pretty tight. They screwed in real snug, but still I'd like to make sure that they stay in place. Yeah, I'm real happy with the way that turned out. So drilling the holes into the bat the way I did probably compromised the core of the bat. The core of any bat should really be the strongest part of it, but I've got hole over hole overlaid at angles on top of each other, very close together, and right where they pass over each other, there's going to be a line right through the middle of the bat where it's extremely weak. So I'm really not sure once all this is done if it'll even survive one good whack against a tree. Shouldn't have any problem against a skull, but trees might be a problem. Alright, so that is the finished product. All those nuts and lock washers actually added a fair amount of heft to it, so it's pretty heavy out on the end. So, which is good. It's a good thing. So, yeah. Now I just got to figure out where I'm going to put it with on display with all the other crazy crap I've made. Alright, let me know what you think. So I kind of like it there in front of the nickel-plated mace I welded together a few years ago. But it blocks some of the books, and there's no way it's going to hang there forever. It's going to fall down. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, I think this is probably a better place. Right there in front of one of the first clubs I ever made when I was about 11 or 12 years old. Yeah, I think that works.